Welcome back, everybody, to fucking Jingle All the Way.
That too.
We're still playing a horror game, and it's fucking December.
It's not a horror game. It's like a silly, spooky, weird.
Dave messaged me when Mummy went up.
Yeah.
Said, is that a typo, or should that really say spoopy?
Yes. You don't understand.
Oh, so you gotta tell that tea story you just told.
Oh, the word broke.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was at work, and we occasionally, if there's time and if there's enough people, we will do what we call caribou runs. So everyone
Actually go
gets,
and shoot caribou.
we get the young ones and we make venison.
God, I hate that.
Have you ever had venison?
Yeah, it's god awful.
Really?
I did not like it.
Okay.
I had it. First time I ever had it was deer sausage, and that was disgusting. What?
I thought you meant deer sausages and DEAR. Deer sausage. You used to be delicious.
But now there's deer in you, EER, and it tastes like ass.
But then you decided to be made from a forest creature.
Oh my god, dude, he is like on your ass.
It's like, get back here, you son of a bitch. Okay, so tea. So everyone just gets their credit cards.
Wait. We
What?
have to segue back the correct way. Back to sausage. Then I actually had venison. I want to say I had a deer burger, which again, deer is too lean. You have to mix with other stuff or it won't stay together. But anyways, and that was disgusting. So I just sworn off, anything that isn't raised in a farm. So yes, now back to tea.
Okay.
How did we get to deer? Oh, because I said you shoot the caribou.
Oh, yeah. So everyone grabs their credit cards and cash or whatever. And, back to the secret passage. Drop it down. That's fine.
Oh.
So anyway, so people get their cash and credit cards and whatever, and,
Why do I get the feeling that if you die, you'd restart back and it'd be fine? Sorry, keep with your story.
I don't know. And then they hand it to one person, and one person goes, because the hospital that I work at, there's a caribou right across the street. So somebody came, or somebody left with the stuff, and they went to get coffee. Well, coffee is a little bit too strong for my weak-ass heart, so I just get tea. And they got tea, and they came back, and then it was done steeping, because green tea only steeps for like 2-3 minutes. So I take off the lid and I grab the little piece of string to pull the tea bag out, and the string breaks and the tea bag just falls right back into the water. And I'm like, well, this is working out well. Because usually I like to save the tea bag and I can just, make more later.
Well, doesn't it eventually run out, or once the water is so saturated with tea, it stops seeping?
Well, if you steep it for too long, then it doesn't taste very good. All right. So I think we need to go back to this one.
It's the complete opposite of scotch. The longer that it ferments, the better it is.
Yeah, there you go.
I could breathe this all day, and I would be just infinitely happy.
How do I get out of here?
I don't know, but you should get those cookies.
I should.
They're delicious. Did we ever tell that story?
No.
We have to.
Did we?
We might have, but we're going to tell it again.
Okay.
It's a good story.
So an old friend of mine.
That's lava. Just pretend it's the water and stay out of it.
You know what's shitty? Okay, so I go into the water and I lose completely. I go into the lava and I just simply lose one little health piece. Explain that shit to me, game developers.
We don't want stupidity in our game.
You sounded like the...
That was the point.
Yeah.
Dude!
Okay, I wasn't
know
even
your depth
trying on
perception
that
is
one.
bad, but Christ.
No, I don't get that excuse on this one because it's...
Like, I'd have given you more credit if you'd have hit that guy and taken damage. Gee, like bird.
Yeah.
Bird.
Me.
Oh my god, I had a dream there was a bird in my bedroom, and then I came out, and I got it onto my fingers. It was a wild bird. I got it onto my fingers.
And crushed it?
No, he was on my finger, like the way I hold baby.
Oh, so you were like a Disney princess.
And then I I walked out, and then he saw all these people, and he freaked out and started biting the shit out of my fingers. So I went outside and I'm like trying to flick him off of my hand.
Fuck you, bird.
No, like I'm trying to whip my hand so he like gets off of it, and he's like just holding on for dear life and going nowhere.
You whip your hand back and forth.
Oh God, you need to die.
That song needs to die.
Dude, agreed, but still, you should not perpetuate it.
That's true. I was bad. Bad juju's. Okay, so I think this is the entrance to the secret lab. I think I need the bubbles to get it, because then ow! There. Okay, that was easier than I thought.
It's a lot easier. Nice job.
I'm very certain there's...
Little Lab of Horrors.
Little lab of horrors, little lab of horrors.
Is that the Scooby-Doo? Like, is that a song from Scooby-Doo?
No, that is from...
What's that tune? I know it.
It's from a play. The Feed Me Seymour, the plant.
Oh, you were actually doing that. Okay.
Yeah,
sorry.
it's Little Shop of Horrors.
Yeah, I want to say Scooby-Doo almost has a variant. That
They
tune
probably
sounds
do.
like something I heard on Scooby-Doo. I've never seen that movie.
I saw the play. I haven't seen the movie.
I know it was Rick Moranis before his wife passed away.
It was all right. It wasn't quite my cup of tea. Yes, I know. I can tell.
Don't you have rubber boots?
Yeah, that will not work here.
Oh, because fuck physics.
Yep. This is another. The ground is lava.
Oh, there's gurneys.
Yep.
That is a gurney, right?
Yeah.
Why do they call it a gurney? Did the guy invented it named like Arlie Gurney?
Arlie Gurney, you mean?
Yeah, that one.
Oh yeah, Arlen Gurney. Yeah, he's the inventor of the gurney. So the story is, Arlen Gurney. He was he kind of ran his own sort of ambulance. I mean, it wasn't really an ambulance. It was a wagon. Like it didn't even have a roof, and it wasn't even as cool as something that had horses.
I don't want you to tell me. I want you to keep going. Initially, I thought you were full of shit, and if you still are, I have to admit, I'm starting to believe you. So just keep going. I want to see where this goes.
So it was a wagon, but he wasn't rich enough to have horses, so what he had to propel the... You know, I should really go back and get those Scooby snacks. What he had to propel the wagon ambulance was goats. But they were like discount goats. They were kind of retarded. That's me.
Okay, now I know you're
They were
shit up.
they were not mentally totally with it. They were a little out.
Did you ever notice the wheels on that aren't moving?
I mean, they're kind of wiggling a little bit. So he kind of...
No, they're not.
Oh, sorry. It looked like... I think it was because of the electrifying ground. It looked like they were wiggling a little bit. So... It started out, he was just, it's kind of a bring out your dead kind of thing. Like, he would just take dead people because...
My God. Editor, put in a Steve Award for biggest bullshit. How does any of this have to do with it being named Gurney?
Well, his name was Gurney.
All you've talked about is his trailer.
Well, but you're not letting me finish. So, it started off as a wagon, like a big wagon with goats. And he just transported the dead, basically. That's all he did. Because there wasn't anybody to do that. And then a couple times, surprisingly, this happened more than once, he picked up dead people and they weren't dead. You know, it was kind of like one of those, where back in the Old West they would bury people, but they would leave a bell there in case they were actually alive, because back then they were stupid and they didn't know when people were actually dead.
Okay, that is true.
That is true. I don't know why you're questioning anything I'm saying right now. That I jumped too late for that one. Okay.
Came too soon.
Yeah. If I had a nickel. It's gonna be hard to time. Okay. So eventually he started picking up people who were actually alive. Can I land on the gurney? God damn it.
Oh, so electricity is an insta-death too, huh?
Yep. Which makes sense. Eventually he started getting people who were alive, and then he's like, hey, what if I bring this person to the doctor instead of to the graveyard where they would be buried alive, and that would be bad. So he started doing that, and then I was like, all right, I'm gonna start taking some sick people. That'd be cool. And they're like, hey, you, Arthur Gurney, you're a good guy.
You could probably make that one.
I don't want to chance it. you're a pretty rad dude. You should keep doing that. What should we call this? I don't know. Goat wagon, I guess. And then he realized that it was easier to transport people that were farther away from the wagon, or a place where the wagon couldn't get to, if he had like a little sheet. Gurney actually started off as a little sheet, where you kind of slid it underneath the people. Kind of. It wasn't like a full bed without wood. Yep. And then you would just kind of slide people to the wagon, and then you could, lift.
Oh my God! It sure is where that tune came from. Pup named Scooby-Doo.
A pup named Scooby-Doo, Scooby-Doo.
That's what made me think of Little Shop of Horrors.
Oh, gotcha.
So back to your Gurney story.
Okay, so then it started off as a slider sheet, and then he was like, hey, I really could just... The camera's not supposed to... Okay.
Which way are you supposed to go?
There, okay. I should need the camera to... I can't see the next lens. And then he decided, what if I made this... Oh, shit, I have to go back and hit that switch. God damn it. That was a frickin' shot in the dark.
Shot in the dork.
So then he was like, well, maybe I should make a smaller cart to put on my larger cart. Kind of like a 3 mini lion robots coming together to form one giant lion robot.
I hate you so much.
And then he took an old mattress made out of hay and springs. Did you know that's where sleep tight comes from? Where the coils are tight so that you don't sag into the bed?
Also true.
Yep. I speak only the truth.
How about don't let the bed bugs bite? Where does that come from?
That comes from a similar era, and I don't remember what. I think it was because the coils would pinch.
What?
The coils would pinch?
No, they actually had bed bugs. That is a thing.
No, bed bugs are a thing, but that phrase, the sleep tight, don't let the bed bugs bite, it doesn't refer to bugs. I actually am being truthful here. It doesn't refer to bugs. I don't remember what it is, but it doesn't refer to bugs. At least according to the... Fuck, I can't be specific here. I took a historical tour at a location, which I will not disclose.
Rhymes with boner.
Yep. And they were talking about, I saw like old... actually, I don't know if the beds were actually legitimate, but there was a room where they had
Jump.
Beds. Oh, fuck. I'm an idiot.
Why?
Because there's another thing to hit over here that I just have been ignoring to move the other set of lenses. And yeah, so the sleep tight was, the bed springs or the coils that made the bed, and then something about them pinching or something like that. Or no, maybe it was getting poked by the hay. Because I remember when they told me that, when the tour guide said that, I was like, well, what about, like, there's actual bed bugs? He's like, there are, but that's not what they were referring to. And I'm like, that's weird. Let's go on to the next room. But anyways, yeah. So
that's weird. On to the next room.
So then he took, Mr. Archibald Gurney, he just took an old mattress, with...
Which was one of those his middle name? Was he Arthur Archibald?
Agnes.
Archibald Arth. God damn it.
He took a mattress and built a wooden frame.
Those wheels are fucked up.
And put some wheels on them and made
Did they go round and round?
They did!
I hate you so fucking much.
He made the first Gurney. And it was beautiful.
You're the world's worst person.
I love you too.
We're going to call this the history of the place that rhymes with boner.
The reason I won't disclose that is because it's related to my job, and I don't... damn it.
Gurney, I think Gurney.
Yes. Thank Alexander Gurney for that Gurney there existing.
I think you want me to hit you.
I'm trying to see how far I can push the buttons here.
Depends on how much I have to drink.
Are you are drinking? Okay, never mind. I was like, do you have any scotch in you right now?
I love scotch.
I always forget which it is that
scotch.
you drink,
Scotch
whether it's scotch or whiskey. I can never remember which one.
Okay, it depends on who you talk to. I prefer to classify them differently. They are both based off of whiskey, but when I call it scotch, it's scotch. Some people actually call it scotch whiskey, which is true. That's what it is. I just think Scotch is better. I will also drink bourbon. My balls also itch. Wow. What the fuck? Why do I feel like they're doing something different than last time?
So that switch that I ignored the first couple times
Would have made this work.
It only moved half of those lenses,
Right.
and I didn't realize that.
Yeah, the second one is. That's why you couldn't make that jump.
Yeah, the second one moved the other.
Did
it freeze? No, it didn't. Okay. There was just a cutscene that the game decided not to show me.
Which means everything's now not electrified.
I believe so. Yep. Okay.
All right.
I think there's some snacks around here I can get at. And I see the robots at the beginning of the room. I'll take care of them.
All right. Well, Alexander Abernathy Bell, let's do this next time.
Okay.
Fucking weirdo.
Come back to the lab. Next time on.
Take 2 more bullshit stories and don't read them to your children because they'll have nightmares.
About Asgard Gurney.